So now that we're at the final stretch, opinions on Doom. Well, Doom is my favorite game of all time, I'm not gonna lie. And I know it seems like, it's just an convenient occasion for me to say that because I'm playing the game right now, but I mean, really, it is my favorite game of all time. I can't think of a more influential game in my entire life. And I mean, I've played some fantastic video games, growing up throughout the years and everything like that, but I would say that Doom managed to just conquer them all. And I mean, there are some tough choices to be made there. There are some really, really amazing games that I've played. But again, Doom just comes out on top because I think it might have been... I think it's a bit of imprinting on my part because I saw Doom at such a young age, before I had played many video games for myself even. So that might have something to do with it. I couldn't tell you, but that's just how I feel. It's my favorite game of all time, and I can't say enough good about it. I think it's aged really well over the years, if you don't count the graphics. And I mean, even the graphics have a nice look to them. They're not technically amazing, but the visual style is very, it lends itself to being colorful if it wants to. Everything has a distinct look. It doesn't, kind of run together. There's not a whole lot of visual noise. I gotta get wrecked. Freaking auto aim wouldn't work for me. Jeez. That's half the reason I get so fucked up in this game, is because auto aim won't fucking shoot at stuff. And if I was playing in like Z-Doom or something, I could alleviate that a little bit, but I'm not going to. Not for something like this. I want to keep it classic. But anyway, yeah, so that's my opinion on Doom. It's just that it's my favorite game of all time, and, it's just a very playable game. It's a very fun game. And, with the user base being the way it is, there's always mods being made, some really high-quality mods that take advantage of the game and give you new experiences. So, what's not to like? It's really a good game. And again, I think being exposed to it at a young age is what helped me form this opinion on the whole thing. I think if I had played it for the first time later in life, I might not hold it so highly. But I played it when I did, so that's all I've got to say about that, really. Like I said in the last video, my experience with Doom 2 being more recent, although, still pretty old at this point, being 1999, as early as 97, but most concentrated in 99 and 2000. My Doom 2 experience being more recent has led me to like Doom 2 a little better in terms of nostalgia. Not in terms of quality, though. In terms of quality, I still hold the original Doom above Doom 2. I don't think, in terms of quality, I don't think you can really top the original Doom. And I mean, even it has some imperfect moments, but as a whole, it's just a very cohesive and enjoyable experience. But Doom 2 is good. I'm not going to rag on Doom 2 or anything. It's a good game quality-wise. It just suffers from some moments that are just like... At times. There are times where I seriously wonder what the fuck, like, Sandy Peterson was thinking. I mean, it isn't a perfect game, but it's a fun game. It's an enjoyable game. And for that, I keep coming back to it. I can't help myself. How open the door? I kind of forget this map, because I almost, like, never play this map. It's kind of an irritating map, to be honest. Guess I gotta go this way first, huh? Oh, oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh well, it worked anyway. I kind of just wanted to use the plasma rifle, but BFG works too. I mean, with pain elementals, what chances can you take? If I wanted to talk about Final Doom, again, I'm not terribly fond of it. It's just, it suffers from a lot of inconsistent quality and just absurd difficulty to the point where it's often not really fair. And I mean, the whole point of, like, at least the Plutonian experiment is that it wasn't supposed to be fair, but it takes it way too far, I think, to the point where it's absurd. And again, if you play on an easier difficulty, I suppose it's not too bad, but, it's up to you. I always want to play stuff on UV because I feel like I'm good enough at the game that I can get away with it, but I'm starting to realize that's not really the case anymore. I played through Back to Saturn X Episode 2 earlier last month, and I did that on UV because I thought, hey, it can't be that bad, and it was brutal. It was never like Slaughter. Oh, there's one slaughter map, and there's a few slaughter segments, but it never got absurd with the slaughter. But it's just really intense encounters. They're all choreographed really well, but it is just intense. And plus, there are so many revenants and archviles. It is. It's absurd. It really is. You just won't believe it until you try it. But I recommend it. Back to Saturn X Episode 1 and Episode 2 are phenomenal. I do like Episode 1 a little better, but Episode 2 definitely deserves praise and mention because it's out of this world. They put a lot of fantastic effort into it. And they're a bit controversial because I think a lot of people who play them, maybe not a lot of people, but there seem to be some people out there who just kind of instantly reject anything made by the authors of Back to Saturn X because they believe that they have like elitist views on Doom mapping and whatnot. And you know, that kind of shit's just so silly to me, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. You gotta stand up for your rights. And as much as I hate to bring this back up again, it's often people who play Brutal Doom who are the ones who perpetuate this shit. It doesn't work with Brutal Doom, so it sucks. It's unbalanced, blah blah blah. I mean, there are some, you know, genuine people, you know, genuinely just normal people who just want to play Doom and don't like it, and that's okay. I mean, you can't like everything in the world, but it seems like the people who, like, really cling to Brutal Doom are the ones who kind of start shit, and that's unfortunate. Brutal Doom has kind of brought in all sorts of really Eternal September types of players, and it sucks, but what can you do? When something takes off with that much popularity, you're bound to attract things you don't want. Yeah, I won't talk about it anymore. It's a really tired subject at this point. I might as well just let it go. Let it go, little smartface! I believe that's the end right there. Just blow this popsicle stand. So yeah, to wrap things up, you know, Doom is my favorite game of all time. Yep, we're done here. Doom's my favorite game of all time. You know, I like Doom 1 in terms of quality more than Doom 2, but in terms of nostalgia, you can't beat Doom 2. It really is that great.